All right. So I was going into this wanting to talk about overcoming objections, but I also wanted, as I was listening to some of the other trainings, they talked about inviting as well, and I thought that was a great tie-in. I'm also doing this Bob Healig Legacy Leadership Training that is, I pay monthly to do it. It's something that Tracy and some of her coaches were doing, so I kind of jumped in, and I've kind of slacked off a bit, but when I looked at it while I was biking in Holman Beach, the topic was about this, overcoming objections. So I listened to all of them. This training is based kind of on his philosophies, and I've downloaded his PDFs from the training and I included it in the files in this group. So there's a lot of good content with scripts in here and examples and how to like be compassionate and validate people's feelings. So I would recommend looking at that. But I'm going to kind of go over like a summary of those trainings in this talk. So hold on. Okay.
Jenny says she's coming.
Okay.
I'm going to tell her we just started.
Okay, and then she can watch the beginning of anything she missed. So I just saw on the Beachbody Champions page, the Team Beachbody 411, that pre and postnatal bar blend has started, and that's automatically added to Beachbody On Demand, which is surprising. They've never done that before, but go to the FAQ to learn more about all the ins and outs of it. I don't really have too much of a pregnancy demographic, but from what I can tell, it's 30-minute workouts, and it has a nutrition plan that goes with it. I'm not sure how long the nutrition plan is, but this would be a great opportunity for any coaches that have people in their lives that are pregnant and stuff like that. Let me see if she's I'm admitting her.
Yeah, I did a couple of things on my story about it today, just some pictures.
Oh, good. Okay, perfect. I'll have to look at that. Hi, Jenny. We just started, so and all I talked about was the pre and postnatal bar blend that is being launched on Beachbody On Demand today, and it's included with the On Demand membership. And they typically don't do that. They typically charge, but probably since this is such a niche thing, they're including it. So you'll have to look at the FAQs to get more information. I haven't had a chance to really look at it because I don't really have that many pregnant people in my life right now. So, but this is a great opportunity for friends and family members that may become pregnant. And then, whoops here. I wanted to congratulate our new Emerald coach, James Schmidt.
I'll have to tell him. Yeah.
So funny. So I just wanted to reiterate the importance of going Emerald. So, Emerald is a choice, and this is how you become.
And I chose for him.
Yes, and you chose for him, how you become a business owner. And now Trisha's able to get more volume from James and be more strategic in how she's going to place people so that she gets more team cycle bonus and things like that. So this is also the next step for her to rank advance to Diamond. So I'm very proud of James for achieving an Emerald rank.
Hi.
And then, okay, the contest. So I wanted to put a little contest out there for people in the new coach workshop that anybody that hits Emerald by Wednesday will put their names into a raffle to pick and choose who will win some bevies. Like I got the new bevy tees, and then a little ring light for your phone so you look really pretty and glowing. It's like a facelift because it illuminates and gets rid of all your wrinkles. So pretty. But so they need to be Emerald by Wednesday night, and that way on Thursday morning when we have our rank advancements, it would show up as Emerald. And so I wanted to share a little bit of my story of how I got involved with Beachbody. I know almost everybody on this call does know it, but I was introduced to Beachbody by my best friend right after my ex-husband left and had an affair. I was totally depressed, couldn't get out of bed, and my best friend just encouraged me, to join her community and do these insanity discs. And she mailed them to me, she tried selling it to me, but I was like, I can't even function. I don't have any money. No, 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 no. And so she just mailed them to me, and I did it. And I joined her group for free. And I love the community so much, and what it did for me, that I decided I wanted to become a Beachbody coach. I love the community of encouragers and how it made me feel. And that's why I really love the business of Beachbody, because we are in a business to serve people and help people find their inner strength and get their lives back in shape, be great role models for their family and friends, get their health on track. And so we're in the business of building a community and relationships towards self-improvement and through fitness and nutrition. So that is the core of our business. And then let me move my sliders so I can read. So I apologize, there's a lot of words on this presentation, but I was trying to write down different sample scripts in like a flow of how we could do inviting and use third-party tools to get people to understand what we're doing without having to like word vomit all over everybody. So, so say someone says yes and they're interested in hearing more about our health and fitness solution. What I do is I'll respond to them and want to find out what their health and fitness goals they want to accomplish over the next few months, and what are their typical barriers that prevent them from getting to that goal. What kind of activities have worked well for them in the past? How is their nutrition? And just try and get a real clearer picture to help them emotionally connect to the outcome of what they want to accomplish. And by asking them and getting to know what their goals are, it shows that you care about them and you're not just looking for a sale, you're looking for a solution. Because we have so many different products and solutions in our pipeline that it's not a one size fits all. So by getting to know what their goals are and their trouble spots, we can give them a customized solution to help them reach their goals. And then some examples of some pain points, like say someone's stuck in a plateau, you could talk about the carb cycling with the ultimate portion fix, or the 3-day refresh is a great jump start to weight loss when someone's starting a new program, or if they're just in a plateau and in their weight loss journey. If they're complaining that they don't have time to work out, T20, Transform 20, or T25 is a great quick one. I love T25. I got great results, and when I'm like running out of time in the morning, that's the one I default to. So we do have shorter workouts. There's also 10-minute trainer, which is great add-ons to other workouts, or you can kind of bundle them up together if you want. If someone's saying, I don't need to lose weight, I just want to tone up, we have great strength building programs like Body Beast, Hammer and Chisel, and they can do a clean bulk with our portion control system so that they can build muscle as well. We've got Recover, which is a great protein shake to have after doing a muscle building exercise. If they're struggling with nutrition, we have 2 great nutrition solutions for them. And I always try to ask them, are you wanting a more regimented plan where you're being told, how much to eat and when, or do you want it to be less restrictive in that way, but you're kind of looking at your plate and kind of figure out what nutrition plan would be best for them. The best thing I think is that they're offering both, because I don't follow any one particularly to a T. I kind of combine the both of them, and both programs have so much nutrition education in it that they go with each one. Like Autumn does a really good job showing you hidden sugars, and that's a great complement to the 2E Mindset videos that content wasn't included in. If you're not familiar with these workout programs, I mean, I probably have done pretty much every single workout that there is. But if you haven't, there's product toolkits in the back office, so you can become familiar with it. So after they're telling you what their pain points are, you can look at some of the different solutions to see if maybe that would resonate with them, or ask anybody on the team. We'd be happy to share it with you. If someone's saying they want to lose my baby weight, postpartum bar program would be a great solution, and they would need a BOD membership for that. So you still would be able to get them a challenge pack with that. So then Oh, I wanted to talk about the share a cart. When you're offering a share a cart to people, this slide's probably out of order, but I'm just going to keep going. When you offer a share a cart to someone, if you're talking to them and say someone wants to buy them an MBF program, they're going to get the 2 nutrition programs, the annual membership, a bag of Shakeology, but say they are like, I just want to get like a kickstart into my weight loss. You can add the 3-day refresh to it because you know it's going to be discounted when you add it to their cart. And then when you send them the link, you can say, hey, I know you want this MBF program. I went ahead and added this 3-day refresh. I've done it several times. My clients have gotten great results. I've lost weight and lost the bloat. I bundled it in there because I knew it would discount it with a challenge pack. If it's not for you, you can take it out, but I just wanted you to see what it was I was talking about. And 9 times out of 10, they leave it in there. So that's another opportunity for them to get other products. I will sometimes add Energize to it, or the beach bars if they're talking about some snacks, or if they have kids, and these are great snacks to go in their lunchbox. So that would be a great option to present to people too. And they can always take it out of their cart if they don't want it. So when you're talking to them, you want to make it about them. You want, in the Confident Business Builders page, that's the main team page, there's a unit called third-party tools. In this legacy leadership training, they're talking about using third-party tools because you don't want to look like you're the expert. Because if you're presenting information about the business to somebody and they see you constantly presenting everything, they're going to think, I can't do that. That's too much work. No, I'm not doing that. So I put a bunch of third-party tools in that units that you can use. So if someone's like talking about Beachbody On Demand, they don't understand what it is, there's a great video that Beachbody created showing an overview about a girl working out in her home when her husband's leaving to go to the gym, and by the time he gets back, she's already showered and having her breakfast, and he's like just getting home from his workout. So it shows how time efficient it is. I did, before I did this training, I did do some videos like dietitian unboxing each nutrition program, which I think is very useful and helpful. And that's something that's great for you guys to use because it is, showing that a dietitian backs this up and is part of your team. So feel free to use that as well. And when people are interested, you kind of want to get them information right away. So this is a great way for you to get that information to them right away for them to look at. So you want to continue moving forward with their goals and obstacles, helping them get excited to connect to the outcome. So you're going to then you're going to find out what their obstacles are. So you're going to connect with the outcome of their fitness and nutrition program, how it's going to help them reach or overcome their pain points. And then when you're talking with them, you're going to talk about the program they're going to start with. So you'll hear, have they worked out in a while? I think this program will be a great program for you. And then when you finish that, we can graduate to the next program because you have an annual membership. And and give them an opportunity to talk. The less you speak and the more you listen, the more you make. Because if you're constantly talking and not listening to them, it's not about them, it's about you. You really want to gather information about what they're struggling with so that you can help them with a solution that's going to help them achieve their goals. So I'm going to go through some examples and scenarios of how this would play out. And I apologize, there's a lot of words here, but my intention is for you guys to be able to look back at it or look at my slides and kind of see the scripts. So say on my stories, I posted something about an upcoming boot camp and someone voted that they wanted more information. So then I would respond by typing to them, hey, using their name, thanks for checking out my stories. I saw you vote on my poll and you want more information about my upcoming boot camp. I'm excited to share more details with you. Let me grab a quick link to this PDF. Now, PDF, I'm looking for. There is another coach that created a PDF that kind of goes through, this is what comes in a challenge pack, this is Shakeology, this is To Be Mindset, and this is Ultimate Portion Fix. So I would either give them the link to the PDF or use a third-party tool. I'm thinking the PDF is good because it's kind of an overview, but I need to find it on the Beachbody Champions page, and I will post it in this group once I find it. I just ran out of time tonight. So, so that way that they have written material or a video they can watch to get expectations of how it works. And then you ask a question: what health and fitness goals are you looking to achieve over the next few months, and what typically holds you back? Then you wait for them to respond. Once they respond, share that tool, either the third-party tool or the PDF that
Getting an
gives them
Amber.
what?
We're getting an Amber alert. Well, I just did. You
Oh,
might hear it.
I didn't. And then that gives them details on challenge groups, the nutrition program, and coaching, or whatever it is that you're inviting them to. And also reiterating their goals and ensuring that they see how this can be a solution to what they're trying to achieve. All right, so here is an example conversation. So Sally responds that she's 8 months postpartum, still nursing, can't figure out how to lose the last few pounds, is exhausted, and has no idea where to start. So I go back and thank her for sharing with me, and here is the PDF or the third-party tool I mentioned before. Do me a favor and check it out. Then switch to voice memo because you want to connect with the person. And this is an example of someone you don't know that you're meeting on Instagram or Facebook, but it can be with someone you do know. But you want to go to a voice memo so they can kind of get to know your personality, and you don't want to be like monotone. You want to be like you're talking to a friend, you know, like smile when you talk, and so they really can hear your excitement and energy in your voice. And validate her feelings and share your excitement for the solution that you have to offer, and be excited. And then, so an example of what you could say is, Sally, I remember what it was like losing those last 15 pounds postpartum with no sleep and no motivational workout. You'll love Shakeology. It actually works to detox and de-bloat your body while giving you more energy overall. I would love to start you with my favorite 21-day program. It's literally only 30 minutes per day, perfect for a hectic and unpredictable schedule, and a perfect mix of different fitness styles for all fitness levels. The Clean Eating Nutrition Program makes things so simple. You're essentially eating your way lean with clean foods that are really good for nursing. So in 21 days, you'll be dropping pounds, revitalizing your body and your energy. And after your first program transformation, we're going to regroup and figure out what program you're going to do next, since you have our fitness arsenal for a year. How does that sound? Is that something that would benefit you? And then you leave another voice memo saying, hey, Sally, I just want to add that when you join me, I'm going to be there for you, and you're not signing up to, wait, hold on my slide, to figure things out all by yourself. We are going to do this together, and I want you to understand that I am here. I'm here ready to help you, and but to better your lifestyle for yourself and for your family. So you're validating what her feelings are. You're talking a little bit about the programs and how it works, how it's going to benefit her and give her more energy, and to share with her that you are going to be with her every step of the way to help her be committed to reach her goals. So she's going to come back with either a yes, I want to do it, or comes back with some resistance. And objections are totally normal. People are afraid to make change. They want to make change, but they're afraid, and they don't necessarily have belief in themselves yet. So she may say it sounds good, but I just don't know if I'm fully able to commit to it, and I don't think we can swing the cost. And so this is where you want to reiterate the pain points that she shared, because you want her to stay connected to the outcome, the reason why she reached out to you in the first place. And I'll respond, listen, I completely understand. I also know that if you don't do anything different, nothing is going to change. I know this is important to you because you've taken the time to share your goals with me. Working together, we will get those 15 pounds off. We can get you to feeling like the confident, energetic mother you deserve to be. Can you just let that sink in for a minute? How would waking up as that version in your life make you feel? How would that impact your daily routine? And it's crazy how much value is packed in a $160 package on top of a year's worth of workouts, 2 nutrition education programs, and 30 superfood meals shipped to your doorstep. Is it worth the investment and shift in habits, right? Tell me your thoughts. So you want to keep ending it with a question to keep the conversation going. Any questions so far?
So I have a question real quick. One, I'm trying to, now Allison knows I've been at this for a while, so I'm kind of trying to be a little bit independent to show my reputation. But before, when I've said that I have registered dietitians on my team, I've had people go immediately, well, when they've signed up or been fully interested, they're like, so when do I get my one-on-one consultation with a dietitian? I'm like, oh, wait, no, she's like coaching and to join with us. So how do I verbally say there's a dietitian available to help you with basic beach body needs, but she has a background? Like, should we just say like she's only available to tie into her knowledge on beach body stuff? Or can we say there's a dietitian that will be willing to talk to you for 10 minutes?
I would just say we have a dietitian on the team, and she contributes to the content of our accountability groups and our nutrition education community. But I can't get into me counseling everybody, because I just don't have enough time to do that. So we are giving content in the 2 nutrition groups that we have and in our daily fitness groups. But if it comes down to medical nutrition therapy, that's a completely separate thing from Beachbody, and that is not going to be in this platform, because that's like a medical diagnosis thing.
Okay, so I just have to think of a way of how to word that perfect. And I forgot, I have a chick with me that's doing 2B mindset, and she has health issues, but it's fine. I forgot that I can add her into the regular Facebook, because right now she only wants to be coached one-on-one. So I check up on her once a day. But I forgot that I can add her in the group. So I'll ask her about that.
That's a good point. We have 2 nutrition groups. It's creating a healthy relationship with food with registered dietitians. The reason why it has that registered dietitians in the title is because that 2B Mindset was created by a registered dietitian, and I'm a dietitian, Jill's a dietitian. So we thought that'd be great for marketing, but we're not providing medical nutrition therapy, because crossing state lines doing that, there's rules. So we're providing general wellness according to the Beachbody plan. We're available to provide additional resources to the group. So you can add her to that. If anybody has an Ultimate Portion Fix group, we also have that group that people can go in. And right now, Trisha, Jill, and I are rotating, adding additional content to both of those groups every day. So we're trying to revive it to get people posting and commenting in that group. So if you guys can be active in that, that will be very helpful as well. All right, so let me.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay. So they're either going to say yes or they're going to have more objections. Some of them, I often hear, I got to talk to my husband first, or they'll completely ghost you. And this is normal, and it happens to all of us. And it doesn't mean that you're doing anything wrong. This is just kind of typical. A lot of people are resistant to change, and they don't believe in themselves yet. So our job is to present them with the solutions that can happen. We are planting seeds. So they may not be ready today, but they may be ready in 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. I just recently had a girl, she had purchased the Ultimate Portion Fix program with me a year ago in April when it came out. She kind of ghosted me a few weeks in, and I keep checking up on her. And then I finally, after a year, I'm like, all right, well, she clearly is not ready, and I just don't want to harass her anymore. But she reached out to me 2 months ago and said, all right, I'm all in. I've been actually walking more. I've already lost 5 pounds. COVID's freaked me out. I know nutrition's important. Shakeology made me feel good. I want to be a coach to get the discount. So she constantly saw me talking about it on my stories, like me packing my lunch. Product placement. This is my superfood shake. I drink this, it helps keep my gut healthy. So people are like, what is that? What are you drinking? And just not like going Beachbody. Like back in the day, we would be like, hey, with my drink. We don't do that anymore. Curiosity marketing, just kind of showing that it's part of your daily lifestyle and what you are doing, like showing your workouts in your stories, or if you're talking to a friend that's like, oh my gosh, what have you been doing? I could tell you've lost weight, or you have more energy, or you look happier. Talk about the workout program you're doing or the meal plan that you're following. So oftentimes people don't fully understand the process and don't understand what happens after they click buy. They fear that they won't know how to get started, and that belief or disbelief in themselves is what is holding them back. So that's a great opportunity to get on the phone and speak with them. I find it's very helpful for me to have a conversation on the phone with people, because when they have objections, I want to discuss it right away and have a dialogue back and forth, so that I can hear their tone. I can be clear, like if they aren't really sure what I'm talking about, and just kind of explain it maybe in a different way so they understand. So this is a great opportunity to lay it all out for them, and then explain exactly what happens after they're officially enrolled. You're going to tell them they have instant access to Beachbody On Demand for an entire year. When they buy a challenge pack, that's a one-time cost. If they like the products and want to continue with it, then we can talk about getting more products at a discount. But sometimes when I say it's a $160 for a challenge pack, they think that's a monthly recurring fee, and it's not. And that's kind of a barrier to people. So you explain that you get a workout calendar, that the trainers have scientifically figured out what body parts to work out when, so you can follow a calendar to get the best results. There's a nutrition guide. Every program has a nutrition plan. You can talk about the 2 nutrition education programs and tell them that you're going to, once they order, you will instruct them how to access the Beachbody On Demand on their devices and add them to our groups. Whatever I send people a share cart, I'll say, all right, here's the link to buy. And once you do it, let me know. Then I can add you to our exclusive fitness accountability group and our nutrition groups. So that kind of shows exclusivity, and they want to be a part of it. So then I'll get the text back, okay, I just ordered, and then I'll add them into the group. You can share best recipes for Shakeology with them after they purchase, because, just adding water to it, they may not like that. And so I'll always say how I like to make it best. And then introduce them to our group. So when you add someone to our wellness club, make a post and welcome whoever into the group, how you know them and what their goals are, and make them feel welcome to be a part of the group. And then end with, what questions do you have for me? This gives them confidence that you are invested in helping them and their results. So just being very clear as to how the whole process is. And at this point, the conversation's gone in pretty much every direction possible. And what we basically have done is validated, supported, comforted, and reiterated their goals, letting her know that it is a seamless solution for her. So the next steps would be send a share cart. You can add things to it if you think she would benefit from it, like the 3-day refresh or beach bars. But maybe this genuinely is not the right time for her. So set up a follow-up time the next month. I had a girl recently I met on Instagram. She is a dietitian, and she was interested in what Beachbody has to offer. I got on the phone with her. I talked with her, explained everything to her. And she said, let me talk to my husband. And she came back with an email that at this time, she's just not interested in it. But guess what? I saw her post about a 30-minute workout, and I'm like, oh, she went with someone else. And so I reached out to her. I'm like, oh my gosh, what workout did you do? And she said, funny thing, my husband had purchased Beachbody On Demand a while ago, and we already have it. So I logged into his, and I'm trying out the different workouts. And my sister has the containers because she did it before, but is no longer doing Weight Watchers, or is now doing Weight Watchers, so doesn't need the containers. So I'm going to try that. And I'm like, that's awesome. I'm like, I switched. I'm like, her husband didn't have a coach relationship with his coach because it was a free lead. So he switched to me so I could include her into our wellness group. And so she can kind of get a taste of what we do as coaches. And since she's trying to do the 21-day fix, I said, if you bought the challenge pack or the completion pack, you'd get the full nutrition program, but I can add you to the ultimate portion fix for now, just so you can kind of see some of the additional content. Because I'm trying to get her to see what we do as coaches. So potentially maybe she'll upgrade and become a coach on our team with us. So she came back to me and said now is not the right time for her. But then what do you know, 2 weeks later, she's still interested. So we were having that conversation. So I'm confident, maybe in a month or two, maybe she'll want to do that. And she just had a baby. She doesn't want to go back to work. So I know all of her pain points, and just talking about that on my social media about how I want to cut my hours, how this side business has enabled me to do that, is you're kind of talking to the person you want to attract. So when you get objections, use that as, okay, this will be a great post of, how I can show how this solution helped me with the pain point this person has that's not interested right now, type of thing. So if they're still coming up with every reason to say no, you can gauge their legitimate interest by offering them a free trial and kind of take a few things away. So I appreciate you taking the time talking with me today, Sally. At this point, after everything we discussed, I have to wonder if maybe this isn't the best fit for you. I'm certainly not here to convince you of anything. Why don't we just get you to set up with a 2-week free trial, and that way you can get to test out the workouts, look at the program guides and nutrition guides, and we can circle back in about a week. And at that point, you can send them a share cart, because I haven't done this yet to test it out how successful it is, but another coach was saying that they do this and often have success with it, and I thought it was a brilliant idea. Send them a link for the free trial. The way you do that is you go to Share a Cart, Beachbody Fitness Programs, Beachbody On Demand 3-month trial. You explain to them that you're not going to be charged anything for the first 2 weeks. I will remind you before that 2 weeks is up that if you want to continue doing it, you can either do the quarterly, which is $39.99, or we'll get you a challenge pack, which saves you money over the year overall because you get so much more with it. And then you add the Clean Week sampler with it. And so you say, I want you to get the most of it. So I added a week supply of Shakeology in our Clean Week menu planner. You don't necessarily have to do the Clean Week program, although it's really great for beginners, but I do recommend dialing in your nutrition for optimal results. And to do a true real test of the Beachbody On Demand program. Otherwise, it's hard to say if you really truly have experienced our program. You can feel free to remove it though. So they're seeing it, but so they may order it, they may not. And then follow up with them several times during the week, maybe even put them in our wellness club for those 2 weeks when they have the Beachbody On Demand trial, so they can kind of see how our accountability works. Because for me, that's what sold me on it. I was totally against being a coach, being in a challenge group, but when Kelly was like, you need to send me a sweaty selfie after you do your workout, and since I was going through such a difficult divorce, having that accountability made me feel so empowered and so good, and pushed me to continue, that I wanted more of that, and I didn't want it to go away. So I'm like, I'm sold. I love this community, and I want to be a part of this group. So maybe put them in the challenge group for 2 weeks and then take them out if they decide not to continue. But keep following up with them and sharing that, you have a solution for their pain point, and see what they're thinking of it.
Quick question. Is there a way to go on Share a Cart and without putting an email? Because that's like, I had to put in a fake email to figure out how to register the girl that I was talking to that couldn't do Shakeology or any of the things. So I put in my grandpa's email, figured out that I can do BOD and To Be Mindset, and they gave me a deal. But then now I didn't submit it, but now my grandpa is getting emails. So it seems like now his email is in the system, and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't want that.
What I did is I created a fake email, and it just says test at AOL.com. I don't know if that's anybody's email, but I just have a fake email that anytime I'm thinking like, oh, can I make a share cart? What would the price be this month for this bundle? I go under that test email. So I just create a card, not submit it, and that way I play with it.
Okay, so I can use the same email if I wanted to.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'll come. Okay, perfect. That's like what I was like. Oh man, now I'm gonna be robbed of emails that I
No. And then, so kind of like how we went through the whole like asking the client questions, figuring out their pain points, offering them solutions, sharing what's worked for you. You can kind of do that with the coaching opportunity as well. And this coaching opportunity offers financial freedom, travel, community, personal growth, fulfillment, extra accountability, time freedom, freedom of choice. There's a lot of great things that this offers. And so say you make a post about how your life has changed since you became a Beachbody coach. You're able to be home with your children more. Maybe you quit your job, or you don't have to go back into the classroom because you're scared because of COVID, or you don't have to go back in the hospital to work because you're scared of COVID, whatever the case may be. And someone responds to it, your response be like, hey, Sally, I saw your comment on my post yesterday about the incredible impact coaching has had on my life. I'm excited to share more details with you. Let me grab a quick link to a video for you that shows more basic info. What would you love to achieve from a home business like this? Is there something about my post that spoke to you most? And the video that I'm referring to is the What is Coaching video. It's a 12-minute video that our team made, and it's really good, just kind of showing all the stuff, Beachbody tools we have to offer clients solutions and how we can use them without reinventing the wheel. And so now they're going to respond and tell you they want more time freedom so they can spend more time with their kids. They don't want to go back to work, or, you know, whatever the case may be. Or in my case, I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to keep my house. My children were 4 and 7. I was a part-time stay-at-home mom. I was going to have to start working more in the hospital. I didn't want my kids to be in daycare, you know, achieving milestones that I wanted to be present for. Like, I had a huge why I wanted this business to work. And so Sally, I'm excited to talk with you more about this. Here's a video I wanted to send your way. I think you will be inspired and excited to do this. Then switch to voice memo if you want to connect with your voice, and share your story of how it felt when you first started. I would say, like, I was hesitant. I was anxious because I was a single mom needing to return to work to get more money to save my house. I was so focused on where would my kids store their bikes, because if I had to move, I'd probably have to move to an apartment and they would not be able to have bikes or ride in the street. I would share my biggest dream was being an involved mom at home and not have to send them off to daycare. And now I have the opportunity to buy them the toys that they're asking for at Christmas, to travel with them, be debt free, and cut my hours at the hospital so that I can be more present at home. And I have to say the disclaimer, Beachbody does not guarantee any amount of income. It's all by the effort of every person that puts forward into the business. And you're the one that drives how much money you make, basically. But the flexibility of the job has been everything. And I love that I can do the bulk of this work while my kids are sleeping, or if while they're in school and I'm home, I can get my work done and feel like I have something on my own that I've accomplished. And then ensure them with a voice memo that you're going to be there every step of the way. You have a team of other coaches that are going to train you. We will host these new coach workshops to give opportunities for people to ask questions. we will help you craft your announcement post. We'll help you get your business started. So it's not gonna be like, here you go, you sign up, and then, you're on your own. So these kinds of conversations with people that are interested lead to onboarding clients and coaches that are excited and have a clear vision of what and how they want to achieve what they want to feel. So, and if they're not ready now, this leads to some really good follow-ups in the coming months. And like I said earlier, it leads to really good post ideas, like sharing with your followers those goals that you're collecting, those doubts, those fears and objections. You can address them and show a solution to them. Because a lot of people are watching and they're not reaching out yet because they're afraid. But you talking about a specific fear, objection, something you overcame, may really resonate with them and speak to them. In the summit, the keynote speaker was Kendra Hall. She wrote the book Stories That Stick, and I recommend watching that summit video. It's on the Summit app. I believe it might be on the Business Builders, or no, on the Beachbody Champions page, but and listening to that book, because it's being a storyteller. People are really drawn into stories, and you keep them captivated versus just like, hey, join my challenge group. You want to say how this has changed your life, or how highlight a challenger you've helped that lost 100 pounds, like that. That's someone on our team did lose over 100 pounds. So speaking of that is kind of huge. So that is really it. Yeah. So what questions, comments, fears? So Jenny, I don't know if you heard, but in the beginning, I talked about this legacy leadership training that I'm doing, and his name is Bob Heilig, and he has a podcast called Your Virtual Upline, and he's really good. And this July's mission was talking about overcoming objections. So I printed out all the materials. I'm not supposed to share it, but I'm sharing it with you guys. I've uploaded it in the file section. I highly recommend taking a look at it. And it just has great example scripts. And he suggests that, people are going to come up with objections like, I don't have time, I don't have money, I don't know if I could do it. Start thinking about solutions in your head that's like your go-to response. So you're not stumbling over your words, you know exactly how you would respond in those types of situations. And that's about it.
I have one quick question.
Yes.
I've gotten to this point a few times where, I'm sorry, you can't see me, I'm bathing my child. Whenever, like I'll go to like talking to somebody, or like they've showed interest in it, or they've noticed that I've lost weight and asked about it, whatever, and I've said something to them and kind of talked to them about it, gone back and forth, and then like give them the price point, and then they just don't respond, like ghost. And they're like my friends, and so I'm like, okay, this is super awkward. Like what do you just continue on with your normal like conversation as you would and just ignore the fact that they didn't say anything? Like
I do, and then sometimes I will bring it back up. You know, I don't want to change all the conversation only to be about, okay, you've asked me about Beachbody, so I'm only gonna talk to you about this until you respond to me about it.
Right.
You know, and you know, maybe like say comment about, oh, we have our accountability group, we onboard new members, say every Monday. You can welcome people into the group anytime you want, but maybe make it sound like a urgency, you know, like, oh, we're onboarding new people, is this week a good week for you? Or we have those promo codes for $20 off. Now we're trying to see if we can still use it with the MBF challenge pack, but you could talk about, I have a $20 off promo code I can share with you. Would that be helpful? Or the challenge pack, which includes both nutrition programs, is only going to be on sale for a week more. I don't want you to miss out on this if it's something that you're interested in. But I don't just only talk about the Beachbody thing, if someone ghosts me on it, if anybody ghosts me on it, because you don't want them to think that you're only caring about a sale. And eventually they do come around, you know.
Yeah.
They're just like,
Yeah.
and sometimes,
at least say something, either say like yes or no or anything.
but some people check up, you know, how many of us are guilty of checking our phones at the checkout at the grocery store or at a stoplight? You may look at it and not really read it all and then forget about it.
Never respond or forget about it. Yeah, that's true.
So once that notification's gone, it's gone, you know? So,
Yeah.
so it could be something as simple as that. And like, that's why it's important on your stories or on your Facebook to not be only talking about Beachbody or your fitness or your nutrition, but kind of sprinkle in some stuff in there that's kind of related to health and wellness to kind of trigger a memory maybe for them. Oh yeah, she did ask me about that accountability group.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I
So,
appreciate that.
yes.
So I have one more last question.
Uh-huh.
And this is because I'm almost done with 80-day obsession, and
Yay, this will be
Hopefully
your
by
first
some-
program that you finished.
I know.
So
And
excited.
I'm like at like 20 around. I fluctuate, and my sister was like, "Girlfriend, you spend 3 weeks at the same exact weight on the scale. Like, stop it." But my question really is, and then maybe you guys can help me because you guys are have teenagers and whatnot. But I see a lot of, and I kind of market of college age, but I want to market overall. But I see a lot of people talking about body positivity. And granted, I don't care. I love it. It reminds me to enjoy my scar. It reminds me to enjoy my hips because they're uneven because I have scoliosis. However, I see posts, and I'm not saying it in an offensive way. I'm just a blunt person. I see posts that basically advertise that it's okay in a way to kind of be overweight.
Right.
And for me, that's a very hard, and that's a trigger for me because it triggers, well, I can be mediocre. Well, don't care about my health and fitness. So how do I make a post that can market, well, losing 30 pounds has helped me love my body even more than what it is, and it's helped my gut issues and my own body. But how do I?
You just
how do
said
I-
it. You
You
just
just said
said
it.
it.
But I
Yeah.
don't want to get a person that says, "Oh, so you're saying that me being fat is body shaming?" And I'm like, no, I don't. Like, how do I not twist it?
But you're not saying that people aren't going to say that to you if you're talking about what your journey has done for you. You're talking about your journey. It's helped with you with your gut health. It's helped you feel better in your own skin. It's helped you feel like you can achieve something, like you've been trying to complete a program and like something derails you, stress at school, your gut feels yucky, and you finally made your mind up that you're going to stick to it no matter what. And by doing that, what has changed? You've lost weight, you've gained confidence, your gut is better, you're healthier than you've ever been, and it's all because you made a decision you were going to commit to yourself. All these other benefits that have happened, you know, I would focus on what's positive for you. And I don't even touch the health at every size thing, because I know that.
I mean, for me though, like, it's given me confidence to be in a bikini. It's been giving me, and I don't share this openly, but like, for me, for a while, I used to hide in gym clothes because gym clothes makes you
Right.
know, like the fat. So I had a couple friends who would be like, bro, like, you're getting stuck and all you wear is gym clothes. Like, you're hiding. So
Right.
how do I post that I was ashamed of my body and now I'm confident in my body, but not body shaming people?
You're not body shaming. You're sharing your story, and if they have a problem with it, they're not your people. And if they have a problem with it, it's because it's something with them. You are talking about your own experience. You're not pointing out to anybody else that they should be like that. I think that's a beautiful story. Like, I used to hide behind gym clothes and things that I felt were comfortable. That was a mask I was putting on because I committed to myself just to feel stronger and feel healthier. This is the side benefit. Look at this beautiful dress that I have. If you don't want to put a bathing suit picture on, look at this amazing outfit I never thought I would wear. And it's like pretty and something that I feel good at in. So you have a lot of different posts that you can make with that experience.
Okay, yeah, I'm just, because, and sometimes it's even hard to go shopping without like a friend with me, because then I'll ask the clerks and I'm like, but I don't like it this way or that way, and this looks bad in my body, and they're like, you're body shaming yourself, and I'm like, no, I'm not. This is my body. Like, why can I not say that like openly? Yeah.
I just don't engage.
Okay, thanks. Hey guys, just an update. I accepted a position. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna mute myself.
Okay. Any other comments, questions?
Some of us are doing a 3-day refresh August 24th. It's kind of coming down to the limit of people need to order soon if they want to join.
Right. I am going to promote it. I'm not 100% sure I'm going to do it, but I have a couple people that do want to do it. Should we do a Snoop group again, or?
I think that would be good.
Okay.
Just use the same one or what?
Well, all the posts are already up,
Oh, yeah.
So.
But not everybody in that group did it. Some people were just checking it out, So we could do a post to say, if you didn't do it before, or even if you did, we're doing another one.
That's a great idea. And then what we could do is we schedule all the posts that are already in there for the future date.
Yeah, because I doubt people are going to scroll back. I mean, we could try it and see if anyone notices, and if anyone gives us negative feedback, then we'll know. But we could try it, and that way when we're rescheduling, we'll just go to what we did.
Right.
I didn't know you could do that. That's cool.
I'm not sure. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to try it.
But at least we can copy and paste, and I don't know, it'll be easier or not easier, but.
Right. We could, I'll look tomorrow and play with it to see if we could reschedule. If not, then we'll copy and paste, and we'll just have to.
Post right now that we're going to be doing it. If anybody missed it last time, they should tell their coach now.
Perfect.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Only thing I would encourage the new ladies to just post consistently, because my last 2 customers, they've never commented on my post, but I've noticed they always watch my workout stories.
Right.
And they both reached out to me and just said, your posts are encouraging. I've been inspired by your exercising and your healthy eating, and I need to do something for myself.
Perfect.
So people are watching even though they're not talking to you.
Right. And when this is something that is a good habit to get into, paying attention who is consistently watching your stories and you reaching out to them. Yeah. Like, hey, I see that you're watching my stories. Would you like to know more about the exercise I'm doing? Or, what are you working out? Are you exercising? What kind of workouts do you like to do? Or if it's a nutrition thing, to kind of talk about that. A girl on another team, Brandy, I know, was saying, don't discount the people watching your stories. She said there was a girl who's the teenage daughter of her best friend, would always watch her workout stories. And she's like, I don't reach out to high schoolers, that's kind of weird. But so she never reached out to her. And then she got together with her friend, and the daughter was there, and she's like, I wanted to do the Beachbody workouts that I see you doing, so I asked for that for Christmas.
Aww.
So her dad
sweet.
Yeah, so her dad bought her a challenge pack for Christmas, and Brandy was like, honey, don't you realize that's what I do? And her friend really didn't understand that she could have bought through Brandy. So of course they did a customer coach change form and had her under her. But just because we're posting our workouts and stuff like that, don't assume that everybody understands that this is also part of our business too. I feel like everybody knows, but sprinkling it in some, like, I have a new group starting. Would you like to work with me? Yes or no? And trust me, like, it's, when you're new at this, you gotta, like, bless and release, because so many times I would post things and it would be like crickets, like nothing. And I'm like, oh, that didn't work. No one wants to follow me. No one wants to do anything with me. But you got to get over that, because that's not the case. You know, it's planting seeds, and then maybe that type of method didn't work. Maybe you posted at the wrong time of day and no eyeballs were on it. So when you see posts that really do work well, then save it, repurpose it, use it later. So, and be vulnerable, like share your life. You don't want to just be about Beachbody. You want to share, you know, when I share about my divorce, I get so much like attention for that, because I'm being vulnerable and sharing my story. Like other people resonate. I can't tell you how many women have called me up just to ask for advice because they've been in a situation like I've been in. And I'm not selling to them, but I'm building trust that I'm someone that they can trust, and you know, maybe one day they'll be a challenger of mine. That's fine, but show that you're a whole complete person, not just a Beachbody person, you know. So anything else? All right, ladies. It was so good to see you. Thank you for spending your Monday night with me. I appreciate it. And I will put this video in the group tomorrow morning.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All righty.
So,
Talk to you guys later.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.